You are live, Madam Chair. The floor is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Sierra. All right, good evening to the citizens of Douglas County and to our Douglas County Fire and EMS Committee. Today is February the 1st, 2022, and welcome to our Zoom Fire and EMS Committee meeting. We will call this meeting to order, and certainly I will introduce myself and then allow our committee to go forth with their introductions as well. Dr. Ramona Jackson-Jones, the chairwoman of the Board of Commissioners and the chairman of the Fire and EMS Committee, and I'll yield to my Commissioner of District 4.
Ann Jones-Guider, District 4 Commissioner, Vice Chair.
I'm Frederick Perry, Deputy County Administrator. Deputy County Administrator.
Roderick Jolivet, Fire Chief, Douglas County.
Deputy Chief Miles Allen, Fire Department.
Deputy Chief Eric Phillips, Douglas County Fire Department.
Deputy Chief Pablo Lugo, Douglas County Fire Department.
Rosalind Miller, Finance.
Okay. All right, I believe all our members, we have someone else, keep going, I'm sorry. Okay. I believe we have all our members present and accounted for today, and thank you all so much for attending this meeting. We'll lead right into our approval of the minutes, and then I'll yield to our Fire Chief Jolivet to allow him to organize and coordinate and run this meeting today. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the minutes from January the 4th, 2022? Yes, nay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. With that being said, do we have a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes, Fire and EMS regular meeting minutes from January the 4th, 2022?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
And we have a motion and a second. Any discussion about anything related to the minutes? We have a motion and a second. Please indicate yea or nay when we go around the room. I'll start with myself first, and then we'll work our way around the room. Ramona Jackson-Jones, yes.
Ann Jones-Guider abstained. I was not here
Yes, ma'am.
at the meeting. Okay.
Frederick Perry, yes.
Roderick Jolivet, yes.
Okay.
Miles Allen, yes.
Deputy Chief Eric Phillips, yes.
Pablo Lugo, yes.
We have a 5-0 vote and then one abstain. And well, 5 votes yes and then one abstain. So we the motion carries for the approval of the minutes. So thank you. We're gonna certainly at this point, Fire Chief Jolivet, I'm gonna yield to you to allow you to finish the agenda off for us today. And appreciate, again, let me start by saying appreciate all the hard work of our Fire and EMS staff and what they've done to weather this pandemic. This has been, I don't even have any words to describe what we've all gone through, but I do truly appreciate what the Fire and EMS Division and E911 has done, and also the EMA department has done to move the county forward during a time such as this. With no further ado, I yield to you, Fire Chief Jolivet.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, I'd like to again thank Madam Chair. I'd like to thank the Honorable Ann Jones-Guider, one of our favorite commissioners of Fire and EMS. I'd like to thank the Deputy County Administrator and our distinguished guests, panel members. Also, the citizens of Douglas County. We'd like to say thank you for allowing us to serve you, and it's an honor and a pleasure. Before we start, I'd like to say today is Firefighter Recognition Day throughout the state of Georgia, near at the Capitol, and have a lot of activities planned. And we will have a team that'll be attending some of the events, especially this evening. So we're going to actually have good, safe travel and mercy that they go up to represent the Douglas County as well as the firefighters. the first order of business and old business is Station 4 updates. That's the Fair Play Station. Commissioner Goddard, you're here just in time to get the updates on Station 4, Winston. Chief Phillips, you want to tell us about Station 4?
Yes, sir. We've been meeting every other week with the architects and the subcontractors, coming up with just the design of the stations, the design of the renovation of the station. We've had input, of course, from the firefighters that's going to be at that station, but everything's moving along quite well. We're in the process now of looking at the temporary space that the firefighters are going to occupy while the renovations take place.
And basically, just to add to that, what we're doing is getting all the information, recommendation, plans, and all that, and then we will be taking it to the Board of Commissioners to get their blessings so we can move forward. So we're getting all the legwork done now, getting all the information, and we're very excited about that upgrading that station and also the upgrading the community for having a good place for the firefighters to respond out of and to the communities that they can come in and visit and meet people. So we're getting all the information together. Chief Allen, Chief Lugo, everybody's involved with it. Y'all have any additional comments on Station 4?
Yes, I do, Madam Chair. Yeah. When we did the Bill Arp state renovation, I think we purchased the facility that they use as a temporary residence. Is that not true, or do we still have it?
I tell you what we'll do. We'll look into that, and if so, that's going to save us on the cost of renovation.
Okay.
We're looking to see what type of facility they use and see if it's still available.
All right.
We'll look into that. Thank you for that information. Okay. Any other questions? Emma, if you want to add anything, Chief Allen or Chief Lugo, about the process?
No, I'm good. No, Chief, everything was said. Thank you, sir.
Well, we'll move on to Station 9. Just want to update everybody, the Hussey Bay Bell, they came back with needing some additional fees for survey work. That was presented to the Board of Commissioners and they approved it. So we're on track to get all the architecture work and the survey work done so we can they can present that. They can start on the RFP process once they get that stuff completed. So we're on track with Station 9. Just want to give you a quick update. Any questions on Station 9? Okay, the new ambulance. Chief Allen is going to give us an update. I'm sorry, Chief Phillips is going to give us an update on the new ambulance.
Yes, we took delivery of a new ambulance for my organization on the 19th of January. Right now, we're in the process of getting ready to add it to the fleet. It's a 2021 Ford F450, which is going to be a great addition to our fleet, and we're excited, because it's going to help the community, because that's what we're running, a lot of EMS calls, and it's going to strengthen our EMS ability to help our citizens.
Now, to give it a proper welcoming, we'll be asking Madam Chair, our healthcare professional for 40 plus years, to help us with that welcoming of that new ambulance. So we'll be getting with the communications team. We'll be planning something very soon. So we're excited about that. And so it's home now. It's in Douglas County, and we'll be moving forward with getting that medic truck properly welcomed.
Can I say this, Chief? That truck is going to be medic number 8.
Medic 8. Awesome. Any questions on our new ambulance? All right, well, we'll move on to the new aerial ladder. And first of all, before I go any further, thank you, citizens, for your SPLOST dollars. They are at work, and we thank you for allowing us to be good stewards of your SPLOST dollars. Okay, Deputy Chief Allen, you want to talk about the new aerial ladder?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. On On January 24th, we took delivery of a Pierce 2021 Pierce Ascending 100-foot ladder truck. And this ladder truck provides firefighters with an unprecedented 107-foot vertical height and 100-foot horizontal reach without compromising water capacity, performance, and safety. This ladder truck will be housed in the Lithia Springs area at Fire Station number 1.
All right, any questions for the new ladder truck? I like to say that it's gonna be, right now we're going through all the preliminary safety checks, ordering equipment, getting the proper insurances and stuff like that. And they will have a team in next week that's gonna come in and train our individuals, our members. We'll be over a 3-day period, and we're excited about that. And we're gonna give that truck a proper wet down, push in. It'll go in Commissioner Henry Mitchell's district over in, like Chief Allen said, over in the Lithia Springs Station 1. Any questions as far as the new truck?
Chief, when is that new truck due to arrive?
It's here now. It's at Fleet. It came in last week, and we were very excited to get it.
Awesome.
We're just going through all the process now as far as getting the proper insurances and equipment and stuff like that. So
Thank you.
we're checking it out really well before we actually put it in service.
All right.
All right. No other questions. We'll move on to.
Well, Chief, I have one for you.
Okay,
How
I'm
many
sorry.
ladder trucks do we have in the county? Maybe for Deputy Chief Allen, you know how many we have in the county?
Yes, ma'am. Currently, we have we're sitting on 3 right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a Quint truck that we use as a ladder as well, and then we have the two. Well, actually, we have 3. We have one reserve now, and then 2 frontline. So we're looking forward to updating our fleet so we can cut our maintenance costs. Because this Quint truck that we have now, it has cost us a lot of money just to keep it running.
Wow.
We're
Okay.
excited about sending that one on to somewhere else besides Douglas. We can't afford to keep it around.
Maybe the museum, Chief. Don't send it
Yes,
anywhere else.
museum, yes.
Museum.
Okay,
That's my question.
Commissioner Guy.
Yes.
Chief, one of our ladder trucks was demolished on I-20.
Yes.
And of course, we didn't have replacement insurance. These are very expensive vehicles, over $1 million. And so I just wonder, should we look at replacement, at least compare what the difference on these very high-end vehicles?
Yes, ma'am.
If it's destroyed by a truck, a tractor trailer, and we only got just a small portion of the value of that.
That's right. That's right.
So and Chairman, you can weigh in on this. And I'm just talking. I know we can't do it on all of our fleet,
Mhm.
but I was just wondering about these high-end ones like the ladder trucks, especially the 2 newest ones.
Right.
Now, one thing I plan on doing is I've been talking with our risk and safety, Mr. Laverne.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're going to definitely be looking at all the options. And one option would be to have something different. I mean, they call it a blocker truck. Having a blocker truck out there on the interstate rather than having that expensive piece of equipment out there. We're working on that too, so that's something we're looking at. And what happened, that ladder that we lost, we took real good care of it, but the value had went down on some too, so that didn't help out. But we're happy to say that we'll be starting the process for our new ladder through the AFG funding that's going to take care of the one that was damaged. So we'll be starting that with the new procurement director as early as the next couple of days to get that ladder out for bid so we can get that ladder replaced as well. So we're excited about that.
Is
We
this-
have,
Is it a splash item? Will it
it's gonna be an AFG federal funded, ladder. We just been kind of sitting patiently waiting on the new procurement director to start the, RFP process for it. We have all the specs and everything, so thankful we was able to replace that one that was damaged due to the grant funding.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah. I remember that now.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay,
And thank you so much, Commissioner Guider. And Chief, I just had a question regarding, I know Pierce is the manufacturer of the new 250-foot ladder truck that Deputy Chief Allen mentioned. He just discussed. Who's typically the manufacturer for most of our vehicles? Is it Pierce or Pierce? I know Pierce has its own name. It's like the Mercedes-Benz model. Is that somewhat
well,
top of the line?
yes, that's top of the line, and our fleet is home to many. We have several manufacturers in our fleet. We're trying to get standardized because
Good.
as I was talking with fleet maintenance, they were saying that hey, we're better off buying one set of parts instead of buying parts for everything. So we're looking to do a big replacement, and it will kind of standardize our fleet.
Good.
That's what we look at for the Board of Commissioners. We certainly look at standardization because that saves as part of that Lean Six Sigma.
Yeah.
And Pierce, okay, got you. All right. I have no further questions for you, Chief.
Chief, I do have one request of you. I do have a meeting with Ms. Sammons this later on this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
If you would send me an email with that, I have a list of priority RFQ and RFP items, and I don't see that one that you were just talking about.
Yes, sir.
And I just want to put that bug in her ear and let her know that we'll be looking to put this one out fairly quickly.
Yes,
So
sir.
if Paulo or somebody could email me that, parameters surrounding that or information on it,
Yes, sir.
I'll be glad to chat with her about that later on this afternoon.
Thank you. Deputy.
Huh?
We'll send that to you. All right, no further questions. We'll move on to new business item, COVID-19 update. Lieutenant Stacy Farmer will take on that particular piece.
Okay, our COVID numbers are looking a lot better. Now, the county, we're still considered to be high in the case rates. We're still running about 1,300, and that's a 14-day lag period, but we're still running in the high category for the county. But as far as our patient transports are concerned, and especially our impacted staff, we're looking really good right now.
Okay. Initially, when the last spike hit us, it hit our team pretty hard, and we was able to recover quickly and get back on everything. And so we're happy to say that our team is practicing the 3 W's as well as making sure that we're keeping our community safe. So we're happy about that. Any questions on the COVID update from this standpoint? Jason, you want to say something about COVID update?
I was gonna say, as of Friday, our positivity rate in the county was right at 24%, which is down to, it was almost around 40 a few weeks ago. So 24% sounds horrible, but but we want to get it back down about 5%. That's where it was before the Omicron surge and came around. So hopefully it's on the way down. We're going to get back down to a manageable level of 5%. That's what we're hoping for. So that's where we're at now. We're in line with the state and Cobb County on our positivity rate. Or as of Friday, we were. I always hesitant to say that because you go back tonight and look and there'll be something totally different. But that's what we're hoping.
Thank you, sir. Any other questions for the COVID update? All right, we'll move on to E911. I know we have our new director or our new deputy director online to give us a briefing on E911.
Yes, good afternoon. It's Tina, the deputy director. Ms. Harley is in a training right now. We just have a few updates. We are currently advertising, and we did rehire a former employee who worked part-time on the fire plans, entering them into our CAD system, and congratulatory flowers this week. We're really enjoying our new director, and things are moving along quite nicely.
Awesome. And I just want to say one thing. Deputy Chief Lugo, how's that CAD they say hire a new person in 911 to help them with the CAD update. How's that gonna help the citizens? Data entry for the CAD information. You're on mute, that particular guy.
Everything integrates with our system, so the new CAD update will help our guys take care of the community a lot faster, a lot safer, and they'll have a lot of information that they would need in case of emergency, especially fires and pre-fire plans. So
Awesome. So we can get help to our community as quickly as we can with updated information. Okay, we'll move on to EMA.
Keith, could I ask you a quick question? When did, because I think her microphone went in and out, when is the implementation of the Viper system? Can it be out there to the public now?
We currently do have text to 911, but it comes into the center on a different website. So it's not completely integrated. We are testing tomorrow. As soon as the testing is completed, it will go live, but it will be seamless to the citizens. If someone were to use their phone to text 911, it would come here now.
I just wonder if the public knows that they can text 911. I didn't know it.
Yes, ma'am. We do still prefer, if someone were to text us, we will ask them if they are able to call us. A lot of situations they are, and that of course is the best way to go because it's a more quicker form of communication, but sometimes they cannot. And when they cannot, then we keep them on text and continue to gather information to send a response to them that way.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
The last thing is, if they call in on 911, y'all have a way of identifying the location they are?
Yeah, they can ping the phone, I guess.
Yes, we can. We can locate through GPS. We can locate the location of the caller.
Awesome. Any other questions?
Yeah, I do. I just have a comment. I just want to piggyback off what Commissioner Gotti just said. She didn't realize we could text E911. I'm just wondering if I could just pose this question to our Deputy Director, Donnell. What are your plans? And I guess you and the Director of E911 to get this information out. Are you going to send it out? Social media, press release? We need some way so our citizens are aware about the new 911 ability to text.
Okay, I will take that information back to Director Hurley and we'll have a conversation and create a plan.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
All right, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Chief, you have the floor again.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'll be moving on to EMA. Our Director of EMA, Mr. Neil Holland.
Good afternoon. I guess the next thing we have coming up is next week is Severe Weather Awareness Week. We'll be working with our communications department about putting that information out about the different messages for next week. All covering up severe weather because we move from winter to weather to tornado season, then to hurricane season. So we always try to do a little as we're coming into the next round of possible issues. We try to work with the state and across the statewide, and the WIS directors get the information out, work with the Weather Service, give out preparedness messages to our public. So we'll be having that. One thing else, I've got one other thing we've got coming up. We got the International Association of Emergency Managers has a group of different, we call them caucuses groups, and I get asked this week to serve on children in disasters. So that'll be interesting. I told them I would participate with that. So that's going to be a new activity to work with, but it's one I feel important of. I think Captain they did a survey a while back asking how we think we did as a nation with our children during COVID, and had a lot of positive things to say because I think a lot of our children got left behind. So therefore, when you complain about something or say something about it, you get tagged to be part of try to find solutions. So I'm going to start, but I think it's important. I think it's going to be worthwhile. So I'm looking forward to working with that, finding out more about the group and working with them to see how we can make improvements on issues like that in the future of all disasters in children, because they are often overlooked in disasters and last thought of and most vulnerable of the groups. And that's overall, that's pretty much it, other than day-to-day operations.
I just had one question for Mr. Mulholland. Tell me about the warming center or the warming policy or procedure that you work with the Douglas County Police Department.
The city of Douglasville, for a long time, we had only do warming centers in the county. It was basically myself and a couple other ones being involved with it. And the police department stepped up about 2 years ago and started opening up the community building beside the police department, opening up where they can do it more often. I provide them with some blankets and cots, and the homeless coalition, Mr. Charlie Branson, he's been working to get volunteers in there to stay with the homeless, and the police department's been great about offering that facility because we use other buildings, and like the first Methodist Church was so wonderful for so long, but when you have to open up in a building like that, it shuts down their activities and stuff like that. So this has really worked out well with the city of Douglasville and Chief Sparks. This is Chief Sparks and Major Davis, and really stepped up and have taken this and really helped out our community with offering that up and helping with this. I am very much appreciative, and I know the homeless coalition here in the county is also, because it's made it more available to our folks in need in the community.
Awesome. Any other questions for Mr. Mulholland, EMA?
Yeah, I have one for him. This is just humor. If the groundhog sees his shadow tomorrow, are you ready, Director? So are we ready to move forward?
I'm not sure how to cook him, but
no, I'm talking about with the weather.
I know. If he says it's going to be a longer, he will be his last one.
Okay, thank you. That was it. Just wanted a little humor without needing to. All right, Fire Chief, I'll yield back to you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Personnel update. This is Ms. Paula Austin will bring us the wonderful news about our personnel update. Ms. Paula.
Good afternoon, everyone. Currently, we have 42 open positions. 21 of those positions are currently being filled by our fire and EMT recruits. They just haven't been assigned yet. So we actually, along with the 4 new hires we've had since the 24th of January, we actually have 17 actual openings.
Okay, and the new hires,
we have 4 of those.
Okay, Lieutenant Farmer, can you tell us about the new hires? Are they already certified, or we have to train them, or what?
They are certified. We've got 2 that are fire certified and 2 that are EMT certified. The 2 that are EMT certified, we're looking at pushing those guys through to the AEMT program, and then our fire guys will be moving on to the operations.
Awesome. Any questions about personnel update? I'd like to say that we are fortunate and thankful to our Board of Commissioners for allowing us to have a higher salary now with the 10% increase, which has now made us more marketable. Also with the robust benefit package is great too. And then with the paramedic, we have an incentive that was approved, recruitment incentive, and also incentive for people that go out and get their members that go out and get their paramedics. So we're excited. We have a lot of good things to offer, and we are engaging in a good marketing plan to bring some good people here to help us out, help the citizens out. So we're excited. We're open for business, and we're moving forward. Any questions? I'm sorry, yield questions for personnel updates. Okay, we'll move on to a new EMS response model. This is very exciting news for our county, for our fire department, and Ms. Stacy Farmer is gonna tell us about this new EMS response model, how it's gonna help, bring relief to our citizens as well as, and to our personnel, for their sake, so they can not be real tired when they go out dealing with patients. Go ahead, Stacy.
Sure, I can give you a little bit of an update, but I know Deputy Chief Lugo's got some firm numbers that he can.
Okay, well, we'll yield to Deputy Chief Lugo. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Deputy Chief Lugo. We're talking about the new EMS response model and how we're looking to upgrade that.
Right, as you know, we keep struggling with the number of paramedics available to work in public service right now. That and call volume, obviously. So we're still looking at those things. We came up with through discussions with the field, everybody involved, our medical director approval. We came up with a new response model, basically redistributing our paramedics. Most of our paramedics, through longevity and promotions, are actually on the fire trucks as lieutenants or sergeants. So what we're looking at is a model that will distribute all paramedics to fire trucks. They would be ALS fire trucks. We would keep ALS ambulance manned with AEMTs. And that way we could actually, get more AEMTs to help us with the call volume situation. It would be a systemic tiered approach to this. We're actually testing it at one station right now. There have been no issues whatsoever. And the goal, like I said, is basically all engines would have paramedics. All ambulances would stay ALS level of care with AEMTs. That's our ultimate goal.
And one thing about this model is, what percentage of our calls are basic life support calls?
Over 80%, Chief. That was one of the thing I wanted to add on to here too and clarify. This process that we're going through, we're not reinventing any wheels. This is kind of become a best practice nationally, just because of the way communities utilize a 911 service now. So we have to meet the changing needs of the community. And by reallocating our paramedics, we're better able to do that. So that's kind of the goal of the overall program.
And one thing about this program, we are constantly engaging with our industry partners as well as our medical professionals. We're looking at different innovative ways to incorporate this project. Stacy, just quickly, what are we doing with our hospitals in terms of wall times, working with the hospital staff to make sure we can get ambulances back out on the road so they can take care of our citizens?
We're still struggling with the wall times, I'll be honest. And the wall times are the amount of time it takes for us when we get to the receiving facility to turn over patient care to the nurse. And believe it or not, sometimes those turnaround times have been hours. Again, it's a national problem. It's not something that's isolated here. But what we have started working on is being able to have one of our providers that can receive the patients from other providers. And so we'll have one crew that is taking care of a ratio of 3 patients, 3 low acuity patients, so that those other units can return to service instead of having 3 units backing up on the wall, which is what's been happening.
Now, the worst call a commissioner can get, Commissioner Guider or Madam Chair, is a call from a citizen saying we don't have an ambulance.
Mm-hmm.
Calling for an ambulance, that's a bad call. And we're trying to work hard and smart to make sure that we have a good model in place where we can always have an ambulance available, especially dealing with a critical care patient that needs help. So we're working on a good model for that, and that leads us into our next item. But I want to stop there and make sure we have any questions about our EMS response model. Basically, good.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Chief.
Go ahead, please.
I just want to make sure I understand it. Okay, you have several ambulances take patients to the hospital, and they don't have the rooms or the technicians or doctors to see that patient, so they stay out in the hall on a gurney. So you're going to have one person that's going to oversee what, 2 or 3 or what?
1 to 3 ratio is what we're looking at as being the high end, is a 1 to 3.
Okay. And that will be just one of our paramedics or one of our EMTs or what?
It would be a both. It would be a crew. So it would be either a paramedic and an EMT or an AEMT EMT. So the AEMT is a newer level. A lot of people aren't familiar with. The AEMT is still an advanced provider, but they're not a paramedic.
They're more of an EMT is on all of the trucks, right?
Yes, ma'am. There's an EMT on all the trucks. An AEMT is an advanced. So the state considers a paramedic an EMT as well. They're all EMT dash and then your certification level. The skill set for an A is not as different as the skill set for an A and a B. So A's are advanced and they can do almost all of the skills as a paramedic. There's a very small skill set that is specific to the paramedic scope of practice.
Okay, now you said the whole unit. Are you talking about everybody on that one ambulance has to stay there and oversee these three patients? Are you talking about just the paramedic or the EMT?
Right now, what we're looking at is the unit that's there. So it would be 2 providers. And again, it would all depend on the situation and the needs of what is going on in the operation level at that time.
Okay. I just wanted some clarification because and you kept saying AMT and I didn't know what you were talking about. So
it's newer. Yes, ma'am. It's newer.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, rather than have 2 ambulances at the hospital, we can have one be taking care of the patient. And then if you're really in trouble, you're not going to be out there waiting. You're going to be back in a trauma or somewhere doing, get some innovation. So what it is it's mainly for our calls that are not really, what do they call them, low acuity calls, Stacy?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're just looking at ways to get the ambulances back in service. And like I said, this model will give us an opportunity to put all our ambulances in service. Instead of having 5 or 6, we'll have all our fleet out there in service and we're available to get to the citizens. I like to see 9, 10, or 11 ambulances in service on every day. So if we change this model, we can do that, and then we can have ALS paramedics on our QRVs and also on our engines. So it's going to be a good model. It's going to be one that's going to be talked about for a while. We're second to none. We're going to Douglas County. We're going to try to make sure we do it the way we're supposed to do it.
Okay, and the vehicles where the roving paramedics, is that in play yet?
We're waiting on the QRVs to come in, and we have done some tests of some of the older vehicles. So we are waiting on those to come in, and hopefully they'll be coming in sooner rather than later. And so we're excited about those QRVs. It's going to be great for us.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. And any questions? Okay. I left this off off our agenda because it's good news. I mean, I didn't want y'all to. So we're going to ask Miss Melissa Laredo to tell us about the good news about our ambulance service and billing part. How are we doing? Are we going down? Are we going up? Or what?
Good afternoon, everyone. We've actually are really good in our billing for the month. We pulled in a total of $273,000, bringing in 32% more revenue than last month, December 2021. We also brought in 25% more revenue this month than January of 2021. We had a total of 1,676 responses and 851 transports, averaging about 27 transports a day. So with this, our current total revenue of our ambulance billing is about $274,000.
So this kind of bittersweet news. I mean, what we're saying is we're doing exceptionally well on our billing and collecting the fees and all, but the main thing is we want to make sure that we be more accountable. And we're doing that now with our EMS consumables. We're tracking everything now, and that's going to help us be good stewards of our citizens' resources. So all these things are really helping us out, and we're able to provide a better service to our citizens by having good practice in place. Any questions for Ms. Laredo? And when we put 10 ambulances out there, we're gonna really, it's gonna really be good for us. We'll be able to meet the needs. I was talking to the sheriff department yesterday, and they called for an ambulance from one of the mutual aid partners, Non-Mercy Transport, and they were told they didn't have any ambulance available, and they had to do something else. So hopefully we'll be able to help out in cases like that if we have enough ambulance on the road to take care of some of those things to meet the needs of our citizens. Any questions for Ms. Laredo once again before we move on? Thank you, Ms. Melissa. The next item is the Aemt Incentive. We talked about the new model. With that new model, to put it in place, we're gonna be needing about 19 new Aemts. Is that right, Stacy? 19?
17.
17. So we're looking at some type of incentive that will help us recruit some Aemts to help out. And not only are we going to do that recruitment in-house, we're also recruiting outside to help give them a little bit of incentive to come and help us out. And out of those 17, the quicker we can get them in and get them trained, the quicker we can start this program to get these ambulances out there rolling and stuff. So we're asking the committee for consideration of a incentive for Aemts, kind of similar to the paramedics, but it's not as much. It's only $2,500. It won't be paid up front. It'll be like $200 first month and $100 each month they work. And we won't have a contract or nothing like that with them. But it'll be like an incentive that will allow us to attract anywhere from 17 to 20 Aemts to help us out with this new initiative. And it will cost around $50,000. And the good thing about it is we have that money already in our budget through our fund balance. And we would ask that you all think about it and consider it. And if y'all not ready to really make a move on it today, we can look at it later. But with the high call volume and everything that's happening, this would really be a big help to us to get that incentive out there for Aemts. It helps with our recruitment process. Like I say, it was something that would be sustainable through our budget, and it would really help us out. And on the back end, by us having more ambulances, it would help our funds go up in terms of being available to collect more revenue. So it would kind of take care of itself, I would like to ask for a motion, but I'm moving too fast. I want to stop and yield to the committee and see what y'all think about it.
Yes, I know you snapped the ball pretty early. She's doing it. Certainly, I want to see what the vice chairman of the committee think. I realize we're in a time that we need to incentivize and motivate our healthcare employees, because I'm telling you, it's very competitive right now. And I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the market niche so we can sustain our EMTs,
yes,
and especially at that advanced level as we continue to care for the citizens of Douglas County. So, I'm all over it as a healthcare professional. So I just want to make sure my vice chairman of this committee understands where we are right today. So you say you have the budget, the money in the budget now to do it this year. And so it's something that you want to just try this year and then kind of go from there, or what are you asking?
Yes, ma'am. What I'm asking is that this incentive will be over a 2-year period. And
2-year
period. 50,000 will stretch out over a 2-year period. And what it does is it's not we don't have any we'll pay as we go. We won't really have to worry about nobody. If they decide to leave or do something else, they won't have to pay anything back. So we'll have to go through a bonus. It'd be like $200 initially for the first month, and then the next 23 months will be $100 incentive to come in and help us out. And like I said, we have a couple of things already going, like a good starting salary. We have good benefits, and then this would just be an extra incentive to help get this program off the ground and get it started. And this is something that total cost will be $50,000. That's not all up front. It'll take it'll be sustained over a 24-month period. And the reason why we're trying to do this is it goes right in line with our new model. And right now we're looking at changing that model. That's going to put more ambulances on the road. So it is something that we've been thinking about, but we're trying to bring before the committee and see what y'all think about it. Really, I mean, it's something that would be it would help us right away, so to speak.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Vice Chairman of the committee, Commissioner Guider, what are your thoughts?
Well, Chief, we don't do 2 year. We do 1 year at a time budget. So are you saying that you don't have 25,000 for this year to start it and then let it be a request for next year and maybe subsequent, make it be an ongoing thing when the budget comes around for 2023?
Yes, ma'am. We certainly can work with that 25, and because I say it's not going to be paid all up front. It'll be each month they'll get something, so it won't really.
And not all at one time, because as you hire.
Yes, ma'am.
So you really don't even know whether or not you're going to be spending all that other on the fire.
I agree.
But I guess what I'm asking is if you've got it in your, do we have to approve the fund balance transfers, Chairman?
Yeah, it's already in your budget, Chief. We don't have to approve that.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. As long as you break even at the end of the year and don't go over your allotted amount.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why you're managing the budget.
I'm happy to report. I'm glad our financial advisor here. I'm happy to report last year, 2021, we was able to add money to our fund balance because we're being good stewards and taking care of it.
And I would ask Rosalind to make sure that this is brought up at budget time too. If it's going to be an ongoing thing, and it needs to be an ongoing thing, I think. But you can always change the quantity, the amount of the money. We have to think on a year at a time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And so if you've got $25,000 in your fund balance, I would say, as far as I'm concerned, go for it.
Yeah.
But remember, when budget time comes up for 2023, you bring it up to make sure it is in there as a budget item.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And this will be an opportunity for you to just trial it right now.
Yes. Yes.
What's your thoughts on? Okay.
Madam Chair, Chief, I just wanted to add that I did, Madam Chair, Madam Guider, go over the plan with Chief, and a great solid plan. I like the way, Chief, you integrated that incentive with the other things that we currently have in place to actually sweeten the pot. So we talked about it, we looked at it for a while, and I'm for it 110%. I'm hopeful that that's something, that model is something that we can open up to other categories of employees.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And I believe right now, because of where we are with the pandemic, we are in COVID-19 crisis mode. So we want to make sure we target those areas right now that are crucial.
Absolutely.
For incentivizing. And right now that we are just in dire straits needing EMTs and paramedics to sustain life here in Douglas County. All right, I like it. It sounds good. Chief, thank you so much, Deputy County Administrator. That was great.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, everyone. In light of not having to take this any further, we will look forward to getting this implemented and getting the trial process, and let's make sure that we're thankful that we're doing all we can to take care of citizens. That's what I'm excited about right now. Okay, we'll move to the Number 7 on our agenda item, request funds from fund balance. This is something that is already in the works. I just want to bring it to the committee attention that we are this new year we put in for some additional funding to take care of operations, equipment, planning for the future, forecasting and stuff like that. And we do have requests in right now before the Board of Commissioners to look at add to our operating expenses. And I just wanted to bring it to y'all attention that the board is working on it, looking at it, and we're hopeful that we're able to continue on, because as we bring on new people, we have new equipment, new expenses, and things like that. So just didn't want to not bring it to the committee, let them know that we are looking at it, and it may come in the form of an amendment budget or what have you. Just depends on the needs and our commissioners as they look at taking care of the entire county. So we just want to bring it to your attention. Any questions before we move on to the next item?
No, not particularly related to that, Chief, but I wanted to just pivot back to the incentive component or element. Have we ever thought about an on-call team, emergency on-call? When I say that, they won't be our staff, but their staff, they may be EMTs and paramedics outside of the county, but you have an on-call repository, folks. That's usually what healthcare, that's what we've done in the past if you have some needs. Is that something that's traditional in the fire and EMS arena? I just don't know. I'm just asking, because that may be an opportunity for us when we're short of staff, you maybe can pull from other places. And that's a conversation I had with the previous chief, and we just didn't close the loop on it. That's a question for you.
Okay. Basically, we do have the part-timers that are kind of similar to that, but we are right now we're networking with the other other surrounding counties. One thing we're going to do, Madam Chair and citizens, we're going to update our mutual aid and automatic aid, and that way we can kind of take care of each other. We got a document circulating around now to where we're letting each other know what our resources are. And so we're going to try to pull together and utilize those resources, not necessarily in a disaster type situation, but also in a routine day-to-day operation. So that's something we're studying. And what I'll do, I'll present something to the committee on our findings and what our plan is, our action plan. We always talk about contingency here at Douglas County Fire and EMS. We talk about what's our contingency plan, and that should be part of it. So we're gonna put our heads together and come up with something that'll be good for our citizens and also for our different organizations.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Okay, no questions for the request funds from fund balance. We'll go into the bridge clean out. Chief Phillips, tell us about the bridge cleanup. How's those efforts coming? Because we're doing construction now. They got construction going on across the road there. Tell us about the bridge cleanup.
Bridge cleanup. We was tasked with cleaning out the bridge. I had no idea with so much stuff up there for years and years. And so, systematically, I always take a systematic approach with whatever team I deal with. So we took a systematic approach and we put in some sweat equity. That's what I call it, sweat equity. And we got that breezeway. We got it clean. It looks good. Look like you can have a party up there, a Christmas party. Just a little cold up there. But it looks really good. And I'm proud of the guys and gals, how much work we put into getting it taken care of.
Now we have a deadline of March. We're going to try to have it done by when, Chief?
Oh, it's pretty much done. By this Friday, ain't nothing gonna be up there but lint.
We'll be sending out pictures. We're excited about that. That won't hold up all the construction stuff that's going on. And like I said, we had a lot of things up there that we had to get rid of, and some of them we had to put back in the proper place. So we're happy about that. Just want to let everybody know what's going on with the bridge cleanup.
For the bridge cleanup, Chief, if you either Deputy Chief could just familiarize the citizens with what bridge? Is the
Okay.
bridge that's, they probably say, what bridge? Is it the bridge over troubled waters? Where is it? Talk to us.
I got you.
I'm in a humor mode today. Keep going.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I tell you what, cleaning out, it felt like it was a bridge over troubled water. But what it is actually the bridge that runs over the road, and right here about behind our headquarters. And I believe when the building was a jail, that's how they transferred the prisoners from one side to the next side. And so, you know, once the sheriff's office moved out here, we took it over. But it was that bridge became a storage area, and it had when I say it had a lot of stuff, it had a lot of stuff.
Yes. And the bridge will be utilized for the city's new project, which is the new town center. It's that overhead bridge, and it will say "Welcome to Douglasville," I believe. It really will be nice gesture and also beautification piece for the city and the county. So thank you all. I was up there and I had a chance to walk in there with Deputy Chief Allen, and there was a lot of things in there. So it was interesting. But thank you. That's a lot of work, but we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair. I always say something special for someone on the panel, and I want to say this for retired Fire Chief John Reed. Yes, we're going to yield to him just a second for some remarks. Chief Reed. We're going to yield to you for some remarks. Words of encouragement or things we can do to make sure we're on the right track, because you generally keep us on track. You might be on mute, Chief. You might be on mute. I think your mic might just be out, Chief. You might have a bad microphone or something. Yes, that's better.
It's really muffled. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've been talking to Chief for a long time. He's one of my mentors, and we're actually from the same hometown. And so I've been. Well, he would tell us right now is stay safe, take care of the citizens, and just take care of your people. And what we're doing now is trying to make sure we take care of our people. It's very critical, very stressful, and we're looking at innovative ways to take care of people. So keep our responders in prayer as we take care of the business of the people, taking care of the people, and continue to help our leadership team to take care of people with that compassionate piece. So, Chief, we spoke for you. Your words, you've been speaking to us for a long time. So, I'll turn it back over to Madam Chair.
All right, thank you so much, Chief. Very good meeting. We were right 1 hour on the nose. We started 2:01, but just wanted to I see we have a little category for other, and we've made some huge strides within the last month. Certainly, Fire Chief Jolivet, at your pleasure, I would love for our Deputy Chief Allen to talk about hazmat a little bit, and he know that's something that's near and dear to my heart. We have a railroad, or should I say a train, that runs through the heart of Douglasville, and certainly while others are asleep at night, I'm awake thinking how to preserve and protect the citizens of Douglas County. So with that being said, I met with you, Deputy Chief Allen, and also with Fire Chief Jolivet, and expressed my conviction about what is actually coming through Douglas County, so we'll have a handle on it. With that being said, Fire Chief Jolivet and Deputy Chief Allen jumped on it, and they've attended a class in Atlanta, particularly Deputy Chief Allen, who made the news as well. He had a chance to become famous during his moment of class, but wanted you to bring us up to speed and talk about this new system to give our citizens a sense of comfort here in Douglas County as to what's coming through here on the railroad, and how do we measure and mitigate potential accidents. At your pleasure, Chief, I am giving the floor to Deputy Chief Allen. You have
Yes, ma'am. A few months ago, I had the privilege to attend the Norfolk Southern Rail training class that was held in Atlanta. Several firefighters from different jurisdictions came out, and basically that class was a introduction to show us the different chemicals and materials that are traveling along these railways throughout the different counties. A portion of that also was hands-on. We went into the rail cars to see how they were constructed and how the different piping and systems were set in the cars. And we also were given information on how to make sure, as far as an app that has been run through by Norfolk Southern to let us know when God forbid, a rail car derails, and we have that information, how we could pull that information up at a moment's notice and present that information to first responders, i.e. fire department, hazmat teams, things of that nature. And so that was a very good class, and this is the information that we have passed on through our firefighters and our leadership here, with downloading that information, going on the Norfolk Southern website and obtaining those classes and information. There's several videos from that site, and they continue to hold these different classes. So we look forward to trying to get that again. If it comes back this way, I made contact with personnel that work at Norfolk Southern, and they are more than willing to tell us and teach us this information, because this stuff is vital for our edification and being able to make sure that we know what's going on within our county.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Deputy Chief. And would you like to add something, Fire Chief Jolivet, about this huge measure for our county? That was great. Now we have a sense of comfort as what is coming through the county through our railroad system, and we are able at a moment's notice to pull up an app, and you all have the serial numbers, and we'll go from there. So, Fire Chief Jolivet, you would like to add?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to add, first of all, this is a great opportunity for us. We do have a hazmat team in place that we routinely work to ensure that we keep everything safe. They work with Jason Mulholland throughout the years to get funding and materials and stuff like that. So this is going to be an enhancement to what we're doing, and we're excited. Matter of fact, I'm going to be out there too, because I'm a hazmat technician. So I'm going to get out there and maybe if you'll make extra large suits and see can I get out there and
extra large
level A suits, which have a shelf life on them. They're very expensive, but they do the job, So we're looking forward to it. We have a lot of exciting things going, and I'm just glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad that the citizens allow us to continue to serve them with high quality, high professionalism, and we're second to none. We're going first class, and we can't do it without our Board of Commissioners and this distinguished panel. We'd like to thank everybody, especially our new Deputy County Administrator. He's really been helping us out, supporting us. Mr. Perry, thank you, sir. I'm going to hand walk those documents over to you for your meeting. I just want to let you know, thank you, sir.
All right. Are there any other remarks from any of our committee members? All right. It is now 3:06 p.m. If there are no other further remarks, this Fire and EMS Committee meeting is adjourned, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.